Hello, everybody. Once again, thank you so much for being here on my show, Just in Time to Chat. I am, of course, your host, Justin Jorgensen, and it is an awesome honor and privilege to be here with you guys, talking what we love, talking about movies, talking about games, talking about television, all of the above. And I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but I recently, as in today, just bought a brand new webcam, and that is what you're seeing right there. I think the quality isn't, it's not spectacular, but it is light years better than my built-in webcam into my laptop was. So that is good. I'm glad that I got that. And now I have I've got my mic too. So we're rolling, guys. We're doing good. We actually have some pretty good topics here to talk about. 2 viewers. Wow, that's good. Who is it? So sweet. Okay. So I guess we can go right into our main topics today. And that is, our first one is that Fast and Furious 9, whatever you want to call it, is heading to space. I've never been a huge fan of this franchise, never in my entire life. I've only seen, I think, Fast and Furious 7, and then I also watched Fast and the Furious 5, maybe? I don't really know. But as I watched 7, I thought 7 was a good film. It wasn't great. It wasn't anything super special. I loved how they sent out Paul Walker at the end. I actually thought that was a really, really great moment and really respectful to him and to his family. I thought that was great what they did there. But even as I was watching 7 that came out all those years ago, I could feel that they were hurting for ideas. They were hurting for inspiration. They were hurting for things to inject into their films to make people keep coming back. And I've seen bits and pieces, not near enough to form an opinion on the first couple of Fast and Furious movies, but the gist of them was they're racing movies. They have these extravagant cars, and they go racing for money or for love or for power or whatever you want to say. That was the gist of what those movies were about. And now we're in Fast 9. They're going to space, and I think, oh wow, hey Zol, what's up? Okay, I will look at these later at the end of the show. But like I said, I haven't seen enough of them to form an opinion, so I'm not going to call them garbage. I'm sure a lot of them are pretty well-made movies. But this, to me, the Fast 9 is heading to space, and this isn't speculation, it's not a rumor. It's confirmed that they are going to space, and to what extent, I have no idea. If they're going to race cars on the moon and fly through Jupiter, I have no idea. But this shows me that this franchise is dying hard and that it needs to end. And I felt that way about Star Wars. As much as I appreciate the sequel trilogy, it's clear that there were not a lot of plans to keep going after Return of the Jedi. I appreciate what they tried to do, but this is exactly what this feels like. It feels like they're just trying to milk this franchise until there's no udder left, which is kind of a gross analogy, but whatever. You're milking it till it's dry. I think this franchise is bleeding. I think it doesn't need money. Like this franchise isn't hurting for money. It's been doing extremely well. But what demographic are they trying to appeal to now? People who just simply want a movie with no consequences, a movie with no stakes. That's just so ridiculous that you can't even believe what they're doing. The couple scenes that I've seen of the first couple Fast and Furious movies, you could believe everything you were seeing most of the time. There's drama, obviously, but then they go out and they leave all their drama on the tracks or on the road or whatever they're doing. That's what they were about. And now, even watching the commercials for Fast and the Furious 8, Fate of the Furious, and seeing like the submarine emerge out of the ice and they're racing in front of the submarine, like what the heck is that? Now, I think it's trying to evolve, it's evolving backwards. I don't know. Let you guys think in the live chat. I mean, know that you're here, but I don't agree with this at all. I think it's strange. I wish the franchise end. I've never been a fan, which obviously if you're a fan of this franchise, not mean to shame you whatsoever. That's just my opinion. And we can move right into main topic number 2, and that is that Sony Pictures is not releasing any of their films until the pandemic is over. How long that may be, I have no idea. But as you can see right here, Sony Pictures will not release any major movies in theaters until the pandemic is over. The head of Sony Pictures Entertainment has confirmed that Sony will not be releasing tentpoles theatrically until the pandemic is over. So what does that mean? That means Ghostbusters Afterlife is postponed, or is not coming out until theaters are open back up and people are out in the public again. Morbius, nope. Venom 2, nope. The next Tom Holland Spider-Man, I don't know how that's going to go because it's in a contract with Marvel, so I don't know how that works, the gray area in there, because technically Sony puts out the movie, but Marvel makes it. I have no idea. Ghostbusters Afterlife, like I already said, all of these big films, and I'm not even talking about the Sony Pictures animation yet, which I'm sure that they've got some films coming out too. So this really sucks because I was really looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife. Obviously, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. Here's a quote. What we won't do is make the mistake of putting a very, very expensive $200 million film out in the market unless we're sure that theaters are open and operating at significant capacity, which I'm not going to show them disrespect for that because, they're trying to limit cases, whatever. They're trying to, actually, I'm not even sure they care about cases. They just want to make their money back. I think now it would be stupid to release a film because there are not a lot of theaters that are open right now. My theater in my hometown closed down for good, not just during COVID. It's gone, and that really, really sucks. I'm gonna have to drive an hour to watch a movie when it comes out, but whatever. But yes, so what does this mean? This means that other studios might follow suit. I hope they don't. I hope they just put their movies out and let people. Theaters need to open back up. I've been saying this for so long. If you're sitting in this room with a mask on, you're going to be fine. People are cleaning it, whatever. This is smart for Sony in the sense that they're not going to release a film where not a lot of people are going to see it. Obviously, they're not going to lose money. But how are they going to keep revenue coming in? How are they going to keep the money flowing into them, How are they going to, obviously it's Sony. Nothing's going to happen to them. They're going to be fine. But to what extent are they willing to take this? How long are they willing to drag this out? How long are they willing to keep these films on the back burner? Because they're still working on them. They're still doing the finishing touches, and they're still finishing up their films, but they're not releasing them theatrically until more theaters are open, until most theaters are open. So this can be taken two ways. I understand what they're doing. They don't want to lose money, which I wouldn't want to lose money either. Obviously, you have this film like Venom 2, which probably cost $150 million to make. Morbius, I don't know, 110, 120 million, maybe. Total ballpark guesses. Don't take my word for that. But it is true. They would lose money. And what I'm thankful for is that we're actually talking more about this in the next topic. But James Bond, thankfully, they're committed to that November release date. All the new marketing they've been releasing, everything is November 2020. It doesn't look like they're moving. This film was supposed to come out last freaking year. I think it's finally coming. It's finally on the verge. So obviously this is a huge bummer because I was so looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I'm sure there were a lot more Sony films that are coming out next year that I didn't mention. But let me know what you guys think in the live chat below. And don't worry, I'm looking at the live chat. I will mention the live chat with the questions. You guys can leave questions down there, whatever you guys want, and I will answer that show. So just know that I'm watching. And we can go into our last topic now, and that is that Wonder Woman 1984 has been delayed until Christmas Day. Yes, you read that right. December 25th, 2020 is the new release date. The latest release date for Wonder Woman 1984. This film is quickly becoming the new New Mutants. It's gotten, I think, 6 release dates, 5, 6, or 7 release dates now, and I just want this film to be released. I just want it out there. I want to see this film. Obviously, if they were to put it on HBO Max, maybe it would make its money back. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. They're doing the same thing with, this isn't the topic. This isn't me saying that they're going to put it on HBO Max. I'm not saying that at all. They're not going to, I don't think. I think they're going to keep it a theatrical release. But you have to think, Aquaman it was a good film. It was fun. It was super exciting. Some of the humor landed. It was fun. It was a good time. It made $1.1 billion at the box office, the first DCU film to cross $1 billion. In my opinion, I love DC. I love the DCEU. I love DC Comics. I love Aquaman. I love all of it. I don't think Aquaman had any business crossing $1 billion, but it did. And I think most of that can be put on the Christmas Day release date. Christmas is, and Aquaman was competing against movies like Into the Spider-Verse and Bumblebee and Mary Poppins Returns, and it still managed to make over $1 billion. Christmas Day, the holiday season as a whole, is a massive, massive battleground for films. And if Wonder Woman 1984 wants to push to Christmas, it better hang on to that release date, because if it stays there for a while and other films are like, oh, we're not going to compete against Wonder Woman, it's already a hard market because there's not a lot of people seeing movies right now, we're going to move. So Wonder Woman is going to have most of the viewers so far on Christmas Day and in the holiday season, when people are out seeing movies with their family. Families are together, you got your coats on, and it's always nice. Seeing a movie during a holiday season always feels good to me. But Wonder Woman 1984 being delayed until Christmas Day is huge. First of all, if they can maintain that release date, that would be massive for the success of the film, because a lot of people, you'd be surprised, even if you don't see any. I know I worked on Christmas Day at my movie theater when it was still open, and it was one of our busiest days of the entire year, except Endgame, of course, but Endgame is just huge. Fantastic movie, but that's beside the point. Wonder Woman 1984. It's going to cause a lot of movies to either move or not schedule their release dates near Wonder Woman 1984. This is regardless if 1984 holds its December 25th release date or not. If it holds it to the last minute and then moves again, like it just did, because we were less than 3 weeks away from Wonder Woman 1984, and then it moved to Christmas Day. It's been delayed so many times, it's ridiculous. But I think that could be really good. I think that this movie could make a profit, and a considerable profit, if it holds that release date. If it holds that December 25th release date, doesn't let any of the other, obviously it can't not let anyone else drop a movie there. Of course they can. But there are no big tentpole films yet scheduled for the holiday season yet. So Wonder Woman 1984 moving to Christmas Day could be a huge thing for it. It could either be its downfall or it could be its uprising. That's how I'm going to say it. Because either A, you're going to have all these people that are too scared to go to the movies still, or you're going to see a turnout you never imagined, because people are so ready to go see movies again. Like myself, I cannot wait to drive only an hour with my aunt to see No Time to Die, James Bond. I am so excited to see that film. I cannot wait. Their theater is open finally. Actually, it's been open for a long time. I don't actually know if it ever closed, but thank goodness it's still open. But let me know what you guys think in the live chat in the comment section below. Do you think that Wonder Woman 1984 being delayed is good? Obviously, I think it's good in terms of the film success. It just sucks because now I have to wait longer to see the film. I just want to see new DC content. I want to see new DCEU content. And by the way, this is kind of an off topic, but it's been over a year since we've gotten a new MCU film. Spider-Man Far From Home came out in June of 2019. It's been a long time since we've had an MCU film. Just putting that out there. I had that realization when I was watching Endgame this morning, and yeah, it's crazy. But let's move into the live chat here, and you guys can tell me something. Hey, Zol, I'm glad I saw you in here earlier. I'm glad you're here. All right, what are your thoughts on the Flash movie? Add lots more of DC characters. Yes, I did see that. I saw that they're going to have a ton of DC characters, and I also read a report. I don't know if this is true, but I saw a report that they were going to reset the DCEU, and I I didn't read any of the fine print. I really, really hope that's not the case. I don't want them to. I love the way they're going with the DCEU. I've loved every single DCEU film except Suicide Squad. I liked it still, just didn't love it. I hope they keep their current direction going. They've got Batfleck coming, for crying out loud. So that proves that they're going back into the Snyderverse, the Snyder-esque version of filmmaking, which I really, really love. So I'm happy with more DC characters in the Flash as long as they know how to balance them all out, because they're introducing the multiverse too. That can be a really tricky thing to do. So yeah. Trey Leggett says by the 20th Fast and Furious they'll have a multiverse the size of DC. I have no doubt. Come 10-15 years down the road, we're going to hit Fast and the Furious 20, and they're going to do a DC crossover, just like Fortnite's doing with Marvel. And Batfleck's going to show up, Henry Cavill's going to show up as Superman, Wonder Woman's going to show up, and they're going to fight each other with cars and trucks and minivans and stuff, and it's going to be so awesome. Hunter Iggy says, hi man, thanks for being here. Uncle Matt Hager, shocker, he's here. I just want Fast and Furious to go to Mars. That actually might be a good name. Like Fast 12 headed to Mars, something so stupid like that. But I wouldn't put it past them. They're obviously going to space, and they could have a huge cliffhanger in this film where they're having a race around the moon, and then they all fly off the moon because they don't have enough gravity, and they land on Mars. But looks like that's all the live chat questions. If you guys have any more, let me know before the stream's over. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. As always, it has been my pleasure to do this. I love it I love it every single time I do it. By the way, as I said before, I got a Logitech webcam, which I think the quality is much, much, much more significant than the webcam. Actually, can I show that? Okay, let's see. So this is my webcam now. And then this was my computer webcam. So I think there's a pretty big jump in quality there, if you guys agree. But yeah, I'm so thankful that I found this. I wasn't even considering buying one, and then I saw it was on sale, and I was like, sure, why not? All right, Hunter Iggy sends in, I think Hot Girl is going to be in the Justice League, and do you think we will get the streak from the Justice Guild of America, I'm assuming, from the Justice League anime series? Anything is up in the air. I didn't think they were going to kill off Superman and Batman v Superman, but they did, and especially in the Ultimate Edition, it worked. That's a fantastic film. He also says, I think Hot Girl is going to be in the Justice League. I absolutely agree. If you guys watched my broadcast coverage of the Black Adam panel from DC Fandom, you saw that Hawk Girl and Dr. Fate and all of them are going to be in there with Black Adam, which I think is super awesome. I cannot wait for Black Adam. The Rock is such a treasure. It's going to be a great film. DC has a great future. Trey Leggett, Fast and Furious 45, discovering Pluto is a planet. Yeah, they do research and they drill to the core with a 1969 Chevy Camaro. They drill to the core like, oh my gosh, this isn't a dwarf planet, or this is actually a planet. It's in our solar system. Oh my gosh. But thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to doing episode 31 very, very soon. Thank you to Hunter and Uncle Matt and Trey for tuning in. It's always nice to have guests doing this with me.